castle up here. So we were just up here and looking at that, and also feeling the energy. Is actually there's something mystical about some kind of energy up there. We actually our guide, he gave us pieces of wire in our hands. Each of us we got a piece of of bent wire, bent like this, and we hold one. And you hold one in each hand, and then he told us to walk over a certain area. And actually, it was a fact. We all of us 5 people, we were walking, and then we get to a certain point, they went like this, these wires. Then we continue walking, and they bent out like that. There is some kind of electromagnetic or some kind of wave or energy or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's there.
But they are not able to excavate this place because of this stupid church?
Castle. No, it's on the top. I mean, but it's just small. It's so.
Can they not?
It's quite. It was actually the king's castle at one point, so it's quite historical for Bosnia. This place.
But under it, they can.
Yeah, they will. I mean, eventually, I mean. You see, they're excavating at other places here. We have Maharaj is looking over the valley, which is actually 360 meters down. It seems like the pyramid begins on a natural hill, but it has to be 360 meters above the valley bottom here. So. You see it's here.
So there's some ray coming out of the top of
the
Is that artificial?
I mean, I think this is a Photoshop effect they made on there. I don't think they took a picture just like that.
The energy.
Yeah, at least I didn't see the energy, but it's... So, but after being on the top, we drove down to the northern side of the pyramid, and here we parked the car here. And then we started, you have to put your head on this, like this. We started walking up a long stairway, quite steep, a few hundred meters. We're just walking up and up the stairs until we again come to a place where there has been excavations, and they uncovered, removed the topsoil, the vegetation like that. And here they find again. But not there's not like terraced. Here the whole site just seems to be covered with stones, sandstones, molded. Yeah. So yeah. And he explains a lot about the stones. That it's what kind, again, extremely strong concrete. Stronger than we can build nowadays, and also all these, they used, somehow they had cement and like that, cement concrete, and then stones, mixed up with regular stones just to, make it, for it to like længere. And all these stones actually they are rounded. They're not have sharp edges. They're round, which means actually they're from some kind of a river, riverbed. This also speaks against that they were formed naturally on the hill.
Just to get them there.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean it's an incredible engineering feat. So anyway.
How do they say that they are built?
I mean, I don't think it's saying anything how they're built. Right now they're just excavating and trying to find out what's there. Again, how they did it, who they were, what the purpose.
How long time have they worked on excavating it now, and how long time?
I mean, they were discovered in 2005. And then they, every summer since then they have been working on it, but they are working very fast. mean, every year there's more going on. I think that these ones was uncovered was in 2008. These surfaces.
Are you gonna write about it in the news magazine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's here you can just get an idea. Actually, they cast first a very coarse and thick layer of material, concrete, and then they covered them with a finer layer. That's how it seems. That seems to be how they did it. And if you look close, this will give an idea about actually what big is several hundred square meters they have uncovered here. It may be hard for you to see how big it actually is, but it's quite a large area. Yeah, I'm going to go fast here. As we move a little further up the pyramid, up the hill, we came to a place where they were actually excavating. They found a group of young volunteers sitting with small spoons and removing earth and like that. Very careful. And here we have almost at the same place. They dug down 4 meters. They had to remove 4 meters soil before they got down to the stones here. But they went down here because they with ultrasound kind of found out that there was an opening here, and probably there are tunnels and chambers down here. So they want to go down here and see if they can get down into some tunnels, chambers further down into the pyramid. And like that. That was it. I hope it's.
You said that there are many people, not New Age people, like, are there many there?
New Age people, yeah. I mean, in one sense, not compared to considering what it is, it's not a whole lot of people who come there still, but there's a steady flow of tourists coming. I think like a couple of hundred, they come to see the tunnels, and some also go up on the pyramids. But like on the moon pyramid, when we were there, we were the first one to go there for 2 days. So it's not that it's.
It will increase like anything.
Yeah, and that's and just the fact that we could even walk there on like in a few years the whole thing would just be closed off, and like that you can only walk in certain places, and like we can and it has to become like that. But it's, as I say, it's undiscovered, and it's been suppressed. That's the thing. It's which is, of course, it's a little humorous. You want to suppress a pyramid. How are you going to do that for long? So they cannot do it for long. But right now they're completely suppressed. You can go in Wikipedia. They don't have an entry what's called Bosnian Pyramid. It's called Bosnian Pyramid Hoax. And then they just see some official statements from the European Association of Archaeologists. They made an official statement, it's just a hoax. These are naturally formed hills. And that's all. And you don't see any further discussions and look at the evidence like that. It's just like a political statement. This is a hoax, don't even look at it.
What is actually, when they are so big, what is actually inside to keep, you said it's 190 meters high, so they have built 190 meters.
I mean,
what is keeping the stones?
Yeah, I mean, they're not completely, it can't be a natural hill, they just have formed to give it, the pyramid shape, or it can be a complete artificial hill, and they don't know yet. And they tend to think it's a complete artificial hill, though.
But if it's formed, they come and say, then it's not a pyramid.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's a natural hill that just formed to give, I mean, it's quite a feat, and it's still very radical that they could make such an engineer. It's a huge engineering feat in any case, but they actually they say it's probable artificial, most of it, because of the way it's reacting during earthquakes. Actually, I mean, it's an area which has earthquakes and seismic activities and earth tremors and like that. And first of all, these they seem extremely stable and unaffected by earthquakes in a way that normal hills and mountains don't act. And yeah, that's actually, say the way they behave during tremors and earthquakes doesn't appear to be natural hills. They also say that actually, during the war, there was civil war in Yugoslavia in the 90s. So also there were also shells and bombs landing on these pyramids, and the way it sounded as if there were echoes from within when they hit, and that doesn't happen from other hills. And the third thing is also that there are no springs from these pyramids. Like our guide said, actually, and the guide was a local man. He grew up. He knew the whole area like that, and he says that even the smallest hills, you always find at least one or even several springs at the foot of these hills, even with very nice clear water like that. But
hollow. Yeah, so it's hollow.
Yeah. So, but these pyramids actually, there are no springs coming from them. There's no water coming from inside, which is also unusual and indicative that actually they might be artificial hills. So that's what I mean. But again, they just started excavating, really.
But if it's getting too dangerous from the normal mainstream point of view, then at one point they will just close it, I think. Just like they did when this UFO landed in Mexico.
Yeah, they might want to do that, but then the thing is, I mean, how do you hide the world's biggest pyramid? I mean, they're not small. Det er ligesom, at vil skjule himmelbjerget. De er større end himmelbjerget, det her. No, I don't think they can keep on. They cannot hide, especially because now people in Bosnia are getting fired up.
They will not close it. They will not close it just because somebody says this is threatening some.
No. I mean, the Bosnians, of course, they're getting fired up. These are our pyramids.
Yeah.
They get proud, and they of course start coming more and more on the scene. They want to attract people. It's going to be a big tourist industry. They can build up around the pyramids,
so they can degrade the whole thing, the whole city.
Yeah.
I just imagine all the tourists, and all the.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to become a big industry. It's, like in Egypt, they have. I mean, I think that's Egypt's main source of income. Tourists coming to see the pyramids, and that's something like was it $30 billion that Egypt has an income in tourism. So so they can make an enormous industry here.
Probably now Egypt will declare war.
Yeah, but actually the main Egyptian archaeologist, pyramid expert, he's the main one against, heading up the campaign against these pyramids here. He has not been there himself, but he is made. Anyone who speaks favorable against it, they're fired from his institute, and doesn't allow anything to be published about it or anything like that. Quite a corrupt person, actually, it turns out. He seems like he's made a fortune. He's a billionaire by selling, all kinds of stuff, antique stuff, and archaeological items from Egypt to all over the world.
But what does the hoax mean?
Hoax.
Yeah.
Bedrag.
No.
Bedrag.
No.
Hoax. Bedrag. So, anyway, I just want to give you an idea what I was wasting the week doing. So. See, I don't know what comes out of it. It's interesting. I mean, for our material minds, and maybe even our spiritual minds, hopefully. John, I think we should stop here, isn't it? Sorry for going so